He stirred awake in his dimly lit rental room, the glow of his phone screen casting an eerie blue light across the cluttered space. News alerts scrolled across the display. Though the dark turmoil hadn't officially descended, the first wave of mutations had already begun. Aurora-touched flora and fauna were warping into grotesque approximations of their former selves. This was no surprise to him. He'd studied the signs, memorized the omens. These were the opening salvos of the apocalypse, and thanks to the infinite Devour system coursing through his veins, he'd already planted his flag at the forefront of survival. Shoving aside the musty sheets, he splashed cold water on his face, grabbed a threadbare jacket, and hailed a taxi to City First Zoo, the next stop in his relentless pursuit of evolutionary dominance. The moment he stepped through the gates, chaos engulfed him. Families screamed, children wept, and staff members bolted past, pointing at shadowy figures in the enclosures. He moved against the tide, his boots crunching on discarded popcorn as he made for the Raptor Pavilion, where a genetically engineered falcon awaited. What he found was no mere bird. The creature's body had elongated, its black feathers now sharp enough to slice skin, each quill glinting like a shard of obsidian. Its eyes, once bright and avian, had flattened into reptilian slits, pupils narrowed to menacing slashes. As he approached, the falcon tore through its cage with a shriek, talons aimed for his throat. He reacted on instinct. His right palm split open, revealing the leech-like mouthpart he'd gained from his first devouring, and clamped it around the falcon's neck. Its wings beat a storm, raking his arms with feather blades and deafening him with cries that rattled his bones. But where blood welled, his skin knitted itself back together. Thanks to the regenerative powers stolen from the mutated leech, wounds closed in seconds, bone and muscle stitching like living fabric. After successfully devouring, he obtained a new gene sequence. The reward was instantaneous. A searing pain ripped through his shoulder blades, and when he spread his arms, massive black wings unfolded like living shadows, each span measuring 6 meters of taut, membrane-covered bone. He soared to the zoo's rooftop, the wind carrying the distant screams of the dying. But triumph was fleeting. His 3 free devours were spent, and the system's interface warned him that fully mutated beasts now required a level of strength he hadn't yet achieved. Worse, a dark hunger gnawed at his mind, a side effect of merging leech, eel, and now falcon DNA. Human flesh smelled not of people, but of prey. He clenched his fists, forcing the impulse down. Not yet. Survival first. The supermarket was a madhouse. Shoppers froze at the sight of him, half man, half beast, wings folded awkwardly at his sides, before erupting into panicked flight. He ignored the screams, heading straight for the meat section, where he tore into raw beef by the kilogram, blood dripping onto the linoleum. Sated, he leaned against a freezer, its hum a strange lullaby amid the chaos. Alone, I'm a weapon. But weapons break. Armies last. The thought crystallized. To survive the turmoil, he needed more than power. He needed a stronghold, allies, a future. His reverie was shattered by his phone's shrill ring. It was her, the billionaire's daughter, whose name he'd never bothered to learn, only remembered as Purple Skirt from their first meeting. Her voice trembled over the line. They're here, monsters that used to be human, in the warehouse. They killed the guards. He didn't hesitate. Address memorized, he burst through the supermarket skylight, wings carving a path through glass and steel as he hurtled toward the warehouse district, the city's lights a blur beneath him. The warehouse reeked of fear and iron. Inside, 2 figures prowled among pallets of canned goods, one with a snout protruding from his face, tusks dripping electricity, the other sporting bull's horns that scraped the ceiling. Their laughter was a grunting, bestial thing as they circled the trembling girl and her father, hands hovering over her like predators deciding their first bite. Stay back, old man, the pigman sneered. We'll let you live if you watch nicely. They never heard him arrive. One moment they were taunting, the next their world dissolved into pain. His palm, now a hybrid of leech mouth and falcon's grip, collided with their skulls in a single, fluid motion, bones caving like cardboard beneath a steamroller. Blood sprayed the walls in scarlet arcs, chunks of tissue splattering the horrified workers cowering nearby. Some vomited, Others simply stared, catatonic, as he stood amid the carnage, wings dripping gore, eyes cold as the aurora that birthed this nightmare.